Ladies and gentlemen,
this guy.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
We have very stupid people in our country negotiating for us, and we have leaders that don't know what they're doing.
I respect Mexico, but their leaders are too smart for our leaders because we have stupid leaders, okay? Free trade can be wonderful if you have smart people, but we have people that are stupid. We have people that aren't smart, and we have people that are controlled by special interests, and it's just not going to work. You can win against China if you're smart, but our people don't have a clue. We give state dinners to the heads of China. I say, why are you doing state dinners for them? They're ripping us left and right. Just take them to McDonald's and go back to the negotiating table. Seriously. When President Obama was elected, I said, well, the one thing I think he'll do well, I think he'll be a great cheerleader for the country. He's not a leader, that's true. You're right about that. But he wasn't a cheerleader. He's actually a negative force. If I win, we're going to build a wall. We're going to have people come into the country. I agree, okay. But let's go through it. We're going to build a wall. It's going to be a real wall. It's going to be a wall that's powerful and that people aren't going to be going under or up or around or anything else. It's going to be a real wall. And we're going to have a door in the wall. People are going to come into the country legally. And we're going to hopefully get a lot of people coming in, and they're all going to come in legally. We're going to get rid of the bad ones because we have some really bad ones in here right now. And you know that gang members in LA, you look at some of these gangs, they're 100% illegal immigrants.
For immigrants on the whole
Come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out.
I'll get it out.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about. Try getting it out. Go
Say one thing about Donald Trump, he sure has people talking. Trump is enraging many people with his remarks about Mexican immigrants.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
Controversy.
Are you concerned about alienating the Hispanic vote by saying that Mexico is not our friend and we're building a wall?
If it's good for me or bad for me, I don't think of that. I think of saying the right thing. And people have to be alerted to the fact that we are getting some really bad characters coming into this country.
Now, what about the law-abiding majority? That's
now
the big
you have
question.
people that came in illegally, and they're called illegal immigrants, and they're here illegally. They're going to have to go, and they're going to have to come back in legally. And otherwise, we don't have a country. And if we don't do that, we don't have a country. They're going to have to go, and they're going to have to come in legally. What I do is I get things better. I make things really good. I fix things. And, you know, I'm a real fixer of things, not Jeb Bush, okay? I'm a real fixer. I can really do things.
Trumpity Trump! Trump!
Wow. Okay. I just watched ignorance at its best. Racism, classist and egregious nonsense. White privilege is what I just watched, actually.
A joke. I mean, I just watched a potential candidate, presidential candidate, make a joke of America, basically. I don't think he's taking it as serious as it should be, honestly, at this point.
We watched Donald Trump sound like an idiot.
Throwing multiple shots about race and illegal immigrants and blaming them for the issues in our country.
Right.
As if we already didn't have our own issues.
For real, he's calling everybody else stupid, but honestly, I think he's stupid. I think he's all for money and just all for self. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not gonna make the country great because he has no political experience. Most people, most presidents, they work their way up, and he has never had a way to work up from. He's just going straight in.
I think a lot of people support him is because usually these are the closeted racist people and bigoted people that agree with some of his beliefs that typically has irrelevant to whatever their current situation is, because he doesn't really talk about actual policy. He's talking about, he's rhetoric and call people out, makes fun of people. So I feel like the people that agree with him are just what he's just thinking a lot for those people.
I think Trump has so many supporters because he gives the facade that he's actually going to change this country. I think he has so many supporters because he says what racists want to say out loud, or what people want to say out loud, especially about immigrants. You know, oh, they're racist. I mean, they're rapists. they're dealing drugs in our communities. They're influencing our children negatively. They're bringing that Latino music into our country. It's like, it doesn't make sense at all.
In my opinion, I think people will hate Trump because it's like, yeah, he says what he wants to say, and like, there's nothing wrong with like being the person that speaks their mind. But at the same time, it becomes a problem when everything that comes out your mouth is just ignorant.
He's getting publicity because of his ignorance. And that's what's getting him more supporters, because of his publicity. Like, Trump, I doubt that he even pays for publicity, because the things that come out of his mouth, we're retweeting it and saying like, gosh, he shouldn't do this, he shouldn't do that. But actually, we're like almost supporting him by retweeting him every time.
I think so many people hate Trump because he's changed. This presidential campaign has been different, due to him being in it, and he's the kind of language he uses to insult people, and he kind of is like a class clown kind of. He puts the focus on himself and what is he saying about other people.
He's a racist. I mean, he doesn't respect every race. He's very, what's the word? Closed-minded to the poverty that really takes place in the world, and why, if he has the money, why he should change it instead of being greedy. I mean, it's just, we're lost. We're really lost if this guy wins at this point.
I think a lot of people support Trump is because, of course, Republican Party, and overall we're already in white America, so it's the majority all white and racist as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of racist people out here that are undercover, I think.
Yeah,
or try to hide it, I guess. So that's why I think he has so many supporters.
I'm somebody who loves Obama. And for you to say he's a cheerleader, he's not a leader, like, Obama has helped us progress in so many ways that is unimaginable, and he just discredited his whole character. He's evil. I don't even know how to explain him, because I'm just in awe. Like, he's just really a bad person, and it really hurts my feelings that people are close to electing him to be our next president. If he's our next president, I want to move out of the country.
Should young people care about voting?
Yes, I think young people should care about voting. Our generation, the generation is labeled as the millennials. We make up most of the vote nowadays, and I think that we need to step up more, get out and vote, regardless of who you're voting for. I mean, I feel like you should still turn out and do something. I feel like it's still important, regardless of how you feel about politics, if you feel as though it's a game, in the grand scheme of things, however you view voting, I think it's still important to do so. You can't complain about something if you don't participate.
I feel like our younger people's votes really don't count for some reason. Like, I don't understand, I don't think they do.
See, my thing is, people complain about all these injustices, but they're not educated on the fact that they have the power to change these injustices. And in my mind, it's kind of like, the biggest injustice is not using your right to vote. So you can see that change that you want to change. So with that, it's kind of like, I see young people voting as important, because it's like, we're the new generation coming in, so we're technically responsible for the change that we want to see. So with that, it's like, if we want to see change, we got to know what we need to do to initiate that change. And voting is one of the ways we can initiate the change that we want to see.
There's a lot of people that will say, oh, I don't like Trump or this and that, but younger people need to start realizing, like, every vote counts. Our vote will count. Like, there's going to be a lot of people talking, oh, I don't like Trump, and they're going to be the same people that's not going to vote.
Young people should care about voting, because though it's not important now, it really takes a toll on financial aid, going to college, and moving forward in life. I mean, though Trump is not the advocate that we want to rule the country, I mean, I feel like there's other advocates that we can push forward to that forefront versus him that can help us as students on financial aid like me.
Even for students, that's going to be bad if he's the president, because financial aid, he's about taking financial aid away.
I wish Obama could stay our president forever. Like, stuff was so smooth.
Yeah, so I mean, I hope Trump doesn't win, but it's kind of looking like he might. So everybody needs to get out and vote.
Yes. And it's easy to register to vote. It takes 2 seconds. Like, why are we not registered? Why do we not care about who our next leader is going to be? And they say one vote doesn't matter, but it really does. Like, Bernie Sanders won a city in Massachusetts by literally 1 vote against Hillary Clinton. Like, that's all it takes is 1 vote.
So far, it looks like Trump is leading for the Republican side, and you're seeing a lot of Republican candidates teaming up to denounce him. But so far, he has a lot of supporters, and for the Democrat, I'm gonna say Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is gonna win it for the Democrats.
The way things are going, Trump has won 5 states. 5. Like, how did you even get that far?
What are your presidential election predictions?
I think that Donald Trump is going to get the GOP nomination. And if he doesn't, he will follow his plans and run as an independent. On the Democratic side, I think that, sadly, I think Hillary Clinton will get the Democratic nomination. And you know, that's where I see it going. And then when it comes down to it, Hillary will beat Donald Trump.
The person that I'm leaning towards for representing the United States is Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And honestly, I can't lie. It's not that, oh, I know what he likes. It's just that once I saw Trump, we were doomed. It was either somebody else other than Trump. But me personally, I need to still get in the presidential candidates and listen to more what Bernie is saying. But overall, it's more like do or die, like anybody but Trump.
Yeah.
Is what I like.
Or Hillary. I don't really like Hillary either.
Yeah.
At first, I was kind of here for her, but now I don't think so. I'm kind of with
She
Bernie
already
too.
tried. She needs to just sit down.
If everybody votes, I firmly believe that Bernie Sanders will win.
Man, Bernie Sanders all the way. Hillary, if Hillary gets it, that's cool too, because you know, that's at least I can say I've seen the first female president get elected.
At this point, I mean, I'm feeling Bernie. I'm not really with the feminist movement of Hillary. I'm not gonna really go into that, but I'm really liking what Bernie is saying. It's some sincerity. He says he grew up, the way he grew up was like as a minority, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, the things he stands for, I feel sincerity. I feel like he can make a change, and he will if he is elected.
I don't trust Hillary. Something about Hillary Clinton doesn't speak trustworthy. I don't think she has the best value. I don't think she holds the country at a higher standpoint, especially black people. I don't think that at all. Bernie Sanders it's just the age thing. I hate to say it. You don't want a president who's about to croak, you know?
I would prefer for it to be Bernie or Hillary in office. I don't want anyone else in office, but yeah, I don't have any like predictions. I know if Trump get in office, like I said earlier, I'm fleeing the country. Like, I'm not going to stay here because I feel like he's going to try to make us slaves all over again, and that's just not something I want to, be a part of.
Period. That's it.
Are you saying there shouldn't be a Black History Month because there isn't a White History Month?
Exactly.
Al Sharpton has